All right, guys, welcome back to the Outerzone, the official podcast of Formula Drift. My name is Jacob Gettins, and we are here in Atlanta, and we're going to be focusing on some ProSpec guys on this episode. So we've got our top qualifiers from ProSpec stopping by the booth, hanging out, talking, how the weekend is, how Atlanta is, what this event is like, because a lot of these guys have never driven it. We've got a few guys that have driven it. I feel like they've all driven it on sim, but want to talk about what it's like being a ProSpec driver on those 255s, coming here to Atlanta, first round, how the offseason went. We're going to get into as much as we possibly can, as quickly as we can. And so make sure to stick around. We've got our top qualifiers, give you some background on those guys, and give you just another reason to be watching ProSpec and another group of amazing drivers to be cheering for. Let's do one of these. Perfect.
All right.
So, Mr. Nate Chen, how's this weekend been for you so far?
It's been really great. I mean, so the car straight off the trailer just felt amazing. We did some off-season upgrades. Jerry did some off-season upgrades.
Yeah.
So Jerry Yang is the guy that runs my program, and he's been fantastic to team with. In the off-season, we made some upgrades to the WiseFab, so we converted to the E90 rack instead of the S chassis rack. So it's a forward rack versus a rear rack. And now the car feels so much more manageable from a handling standpoint and feels amazing. I used to have like this super crazy death wobble thing that actually
in lock it was starting to do it?
So New Jersey last year, on the last turn, I went full lock, dumped the clutch, and was like right next to the wall.
Yeah.
And then when I did that, the rack couldn't take it and the tie rod just bent. And just like wobbled my wheel like that and shot me off course.
Yeah.
And so that was really unfortunate. But this year, I can go full lock, no problem. The BMW rack really makes a big difference. And then, other off-season upgrades, Fuel Lab hooked us up with their QSST, their quick service surge tank system, and we redid the fuel system around that. And now the car is just way more reliable. Hartsock Motorsports rewired the car.
Okay.
And so we were battling some of these issues. Basically, everything was like kind of there last year, but we just kind of solved these problems that we had that were pretty critical.
Yeah.
It's been a tough journey, right? This is my third year in ProSpec. The first year, I don't think I had a single qualifying run where my car actually ran up to the first turn correctly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you go back and watch, you'll see like black smoke puff out of it, and just so that kind of throws you off, right?
Yeah.
If you can't be consistent if your car's not consistent, right? And so that was a big struggle the first year. Second year, things were a lot better, but we still were plagued with mechanical failures like here and there.
Yeah.
Like in Orlando, my power steering actually caught on fire on my battle with Rich Whiteman.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so in between, I'd already used my competition timeout. My power steering pump blew up during like the first practice lap of that day. And then the team were like MacGyvering some stuff to make it work. Basically adapt a pump that wasn't even meant for my car. And they got it done. I had to call my 5 minutes. Missed top 16 intros, like all this stuff. They got it running like within 30 seconds. And so it was super intense, right? Yeah. You got, your like nerves are just like, all right, I got to do this. Like, let's make this worth it. Everyone's hustling. And then that first run against Rich, I just threw probably one of my best chase runs ever. And so I was like super pumped, but then I noticed like there was a little bit of fire underneath the hood. And I was like, all right, so if I say something, call my timeout, well, I already used it. So I forfeit, or I just, it's a little fire, car's still driving fine. I'm just going to send it. And so I did my lead run, and then I shut the car off because it was on fire. But
when you don't want to, the last thing you want to do is pull the fire suppression, right? Like you want to, you want to be safe, and you want to for sure. But you're also like, that is so much cleanup, and then I got to recharge it. And
and then you're done anyway because you don't have another fire tank. So you'll save yourself, which is fine. But I was like, all right, this is a little bit of fire. It wasn't just like a
manageable fire.
Manageable. A little bit. It's like it'll hold for another 30 seconds. You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
Anyway.
How's it been coming here? So we were talking a little bit before the show about first time in Atlanta. It seems to suit your driving style.
Yeah.
And like honestly, like first practice, like you were in my top 5. I try not to make predictions, but it's just in my nature to. And I was like, okay, I think, and I listed off the top 5. I think I got 3 out of 5 and you were on it.
Thank you.
So yeah, no worries. I watch practice and I'm like, okay, you can tell who's comfy and you look comfy.
Yeah. So a few different things. Did a lot of simulator stuff in the off season. Drove this track a bunch. but the cars obviously are not the same,
Yeah.
like real life versus sim. But it really helped with the line, the technique, like how to solve for different parts. And again, right off the trailer, like the car felt really good. I felt like I was 80% of the way there, and I was even like we had to do a gear change because I ran out of gear.
Oh, okay.
On the straightaway of my first lap, and so after that, I was like, all right, so we just need to solve this. I think I need to, adjust some things here and there, but overall, like, yeah, it's challenging. Like, this is a track that's really fast.
Yeah.
You have to be on point with your line, your throttle input, your steering input, and everything. And it's also the first time I've ever driven this track. So I came here last year. I spot for Kazuya Taguchi.
Right.
And it really helped, it helps watching the pro guys, right? Because some of them are really good.
Yeah.
And they're like, wow, okay, I'm going to just copy my teammates driving, or I'm going to copy, the top 5 guys, right?
Yeah.
And then there's others that are like make mistakes here and there, and you're like, okay, cool, I'm not going to do that.
Well, you can see why the mistake happens, like,
right.
And especially here, because like if you miss, if your initiation isn't perfect,
right.
Good luck with the rest of the run.
Exactly. So it's just, and spotting has made me be super analytical with how every single run goes. I mean, at heart, of course, I'm a true drift fan. I have been since I was 13, and I'm 29 now. So. But when you're drifting or we're watching from a fan's point of view, you're just like, oh man, that's so cool. Like, like this guy just doored that. Yeah, like, oh. But when you're spotting, it's like, okay, I need to communicate with Kazuya, tell him exactly like what he's doing wrong. And then when I'm watching the other drivers, what they're doing, and trying to give him the right information. It's tricky. You don't want to give him too much, but you just want to give him like one kernel, here and there. And usually like a phrase will translate to the thing happening. So in St. Louis, when he qualified number 1 last year, I told him, finish strong. And because I kept seeing people like miss the last turn, the last outer zone, and I was like, if you just do this, like, you're going to be really good. And then he did it, and it was like, wow.
Yeah, and if I remember correctly, too, like, he was even past that point, like gunning it up towards the wall. And I think that last impression means so much. It's funny, I was chatting with a couple pro guys earlier, and we were talking about the emotions of going up the hill after a good run. And you can tell how a driver is feeling about what they do after they go up. If they're still on it and fishtailing, you're like, that dude's stoked. Now, if they're on it and it's not like fishtailing, they're just like way out again, you're like, that dude's pissed. Or if they just shut it down, right? You're like, you can kind of sense the emotion of how they finish off a run. So I think with Kazuya, you could, like, that event was incredible, like, just to watch.
Right.
But you could see it. He was having fun. He'd come up, off the finish line and then just, like, up to the wall again, like, almost like it was the rest of the track.
Exactly.
So, how much has that changed what you're doing? Obviously, like, working with Jerry Yang and then working with Kazuya, like, how has that sped up your growth of drifting knowledge?
Yeah, again, just having to be super analytical, like tapping into that is like another side of me that most people don't see. So I've been in drifting since I was 14 or 15. I was a media guy.
I was going to say,
I was a media guy. I was Ryan Turk's videographer in the New Jersey rounds from like 2011, 2012.
Okay.
Back then. And I was like, all right, well, I didn't have a backer, and my family wasn't buying me race cars or anything like that. So I was like, all right, I have to like figure out how to get here, because this was the dream the first time I came to a Formula Drift event in 2007, Summit Point, which is an hour away from where I live and grew up. And so I ended up building this really great skill set at William & Mary, which was a finance degree. That's what I graduated with.
Right.
And I went into Wall Street, and I worked in investment banking, 100 hours a week, but it's a super analytical job.
Yeah.
It's terrible. I mean, it was terrible from a lifestyle perspective. It's a really big trade-off. And so really developing that analytical capability and applying it to drifting has really helped me just, again, like process.
Yeah.
How do I make myself better? What do I do? Like turn by turn. That's how you learn racing, grip driving or drifting. It's learning the course turn by turn, figuring out what technique needs to apply, when and where and how.
Yeah.
And you just kind of work at it that way. And the simulator stuff that I did in the off season, it allowed me to do that at this course without actually having to drive in real life
Yeah.
this course, which no one, I mean, I would love to drive this every weekend, but
That'd be great.
yeah, it'd be awesome.
I mean, it wouldn't be cheap.
I didn't say I wanted to pay for it.
Yeah, exactly. If somebody else is willing to like jump in, and
yeah.
You're like, can I rent just this part? Like, you guys can do everything, whatever else you want on the rest of the track, but like, just give me this for a couple of runs.
Exactly.
I wonder how many guys like come in to do like lapping events and they're just like throw the e-brake going down the hill, and they're like, yeah, that's your one run, get out of here.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say that's permanently banned.
Permanently banned.
Yeah.
It is. I haven't spent a lot of time doing like Assetto or sim on here. I'm not, admittedly, not a huge sim guy, but like I've done enough to know that hill is not accurately represented in any video game.
No,
like
it's not.
I think like mathematically the elevation is correct, but standing at the top of that, looking down, being like, oh wow, this is big.
Yeah, I hear you. So another thing is I grew up skateboarding.
Okay.
And my favorite thing to skateboard was the vert ramps.
Yeah.
And when you watch on TV, like the Tony Hawk stuff, it's just like
doesn't seem that big.
Yeah. And you like stand over and you're like, oh my god, like it's straight down.
Yeah, it's a 2 foot straight drop of vertical.
Vert. Yeah. So, I mean, honestly, like standing at the top of the hill, I'm like, okay, whatever. It's surprisingly like when you're driving it, it feels small. You're like, oh, that's it. But when you're watching, even when I'm spotting, it's like, this is huge, you know what I mean?
That initiation does seem to come up pretty quick because it
does.
I mean, even with your runs, it's like, I'm assuming you're starting in second?
Yep.
Yeah, and then you're into fourth, and then grabbing the e-brake and going, right?
Clutch kicking, then flick, clutch kicking, flick, and then back the other, like throwing the car back the other way and then grabbing the e-brake.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so you're, the big kind of like the feint out.
I like to do left to right.
Okay.
Osmo does it.
Yep.
So Dean does it.
I've seen I've seen a couple guys do it. Yeah. Do you think that's setting you up better?
Yep.
Or it's like getting the tires to kind of like kick a little bit and then coming around? Or?
Yeah, so the key to this track or just the initiation part is to be on that rumble strip. You don't want to be like on it and then off course.
Right.
But you want to be right on it.
And
that sets you up perfectly.
You. Yeah,
perfectly for that first inner clip. And if you start in the middle or if you just go straight line, it's easy. It just shoots you to the inside too fast.
Right. Okay. So big feint out and then trying to catch it on that rumble to get a little, because you're hopping it, so you can get a little bit more distance without having to e-brake a whole bunch.
Well, you don't want to be on it. I would say like an inch.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if you go back and watch the run, like I'm right on there.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And then after that, like, what are you doing through the rest of the course at that point? Like, can you close your eyes and like take me through
I
it?
totally, yeah. So okay, you're kind of trying to slow the car down. I use a little bit of foot brake and the hand brake, and I have my left foot on the clutch, and then big dump, clutch, big clutch dump.
Yeah.
big clutch dump right before the inner clip. And just stay on throttle.
Yep.
And as long as you're tight on that touch and go, then it sets you up perfectly for Outerzone 1.
Okay.
And then Outerzone 2 is a little tricky because it's a little bit blind, but I'm kind of looking at that first marker that they have off the track.
Yep.
And I'm doing a little bit of left foot brake and then grabbing the e-brake a little bit just to slow the car down and adding a little bit more angle and then going to third.
Okay.
And you kind of like softly pedal it around that outside zone.
Yeah.
Because you need to slow the car more to hit that inner clip. Otherwise, if you just throttled it throughout that zone, you're just going to shoot off.
It'll stay out, yeah.
Exactly. And so after that inner clip, it's a pretty easy switch back. And then I go back into fourth and just charge down the hill. And honestly, I think the first turn and the second outer zone are the toughest parts of this track.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else just kind of comes naturally if you can just get those two things right.
Yeah, and it's a lot of finding your points, and I've talked to a couple of guys about this track in particular, where it's like, in game there's certain spots that you're checking for, and then when you come here, like, oh, that doesn't exist. Like that tree that I was looking at, it's not there anymore, or whatever, right? So, are you using just more like banners for your site markers, or?
I think I've done so many laps in the simulator. It just is like second nature.
It's just a timing thing at this point.
It's just a feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I am using that marker that they have set up there, but obviously the game ones are different. Like that, the Assetto Corsa one, the outer zone's a lot shorter. Yeah. But I mean, my Fortunata suspension just keeps me exactly planted where I need to, using their 520 competition two-way development suspension, their shocks, and so it's keeping me planted exactly where I need to be. Really allowing me to just flow throughout that course.
Yeah, it's definitely floaty. I mean, especially like I love the blower. Like, don't get me wrong, I love the choo-choo from the turbos, but there is something about a blower whine because we don't get enough of it here. And there's only a couple guys running it in ProSpec, and there's nobody running your particular setup, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I do really like it now that it works.
Yeah.
It was a struggle, though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the theory behind that blower is that the person I was originally teamed with when I started my ProSpec journey, he had experience with a smaller blower from Magnuson, and they had just come out with this new one, and they were basically maxing it out on the Pro car that they were using back then.
Yeah.
Or maxing out the smaller blower, and so we were like, all right, we might as well just transition to this bigger blower. But the design of the bigger blower, and I think they've actually revised it since then, has just been more challenging to deal with from a heat management perspective.
Okay. Gotcha.
So, I mean, I think this blower is probably ideal for the drag racing stuff because you're just on throttle, right? Drifting, you're kind of modulating the throttle. Sometimes you're off throttle, back on throttle, you know what I mean? And so when you have to have that adjustability, it makes it more difficult to manage the heat just based on the way the blower is designed. But after a couple of years, we finally figured it out in terms of what combination of heat exchanger, water pump, and placing of sensors that weren't like the original sensors placed on the blower. That's basically it just gets all the hot air and melts, right?
Okay.
And so we've had to adjust for that. But now that we've gotten all that, it works great.
No, it looks good. Well, dude, super stoked with your qualifying. I'm very curious to see who you match up with. We're for anybody at home that's watching or listening, they're still finishing up, so we're not quite sure yet. But either way, I think this is going to be. I could easily see you getting into the top 4 this weekend, if not better. So
thanks, Jacob.
Dude, thank you for stopping by.
Yep.
And good luck for the rest of the weekend.
Cool. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Ben Hobson. How are you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great, dude.
Dude, you're crushing it today.
Thank you.
From literally practice run 1. Like I was sitting. I think I was sitting with Simon.
Okay.
And I looked over. I'm like, so that was a 90. My only question was does he have any tires left? Because it looked like you had that thing gripped up real hard.
It's been gripped up pretty much the whole event. I mean, it's got. There's still a lot more that we could add into it, obviously.
Of course.
But
Odie's not going to put everything out on the table right away.
It works.
I know him way too well.
Yeah,
dude.
that was a nice qualifying setup. So.
Yeah. How easy has that been?
Oh man, it's so nice.
Yeah.
It's so nice. The car, as easy as it is, it's easy to drive. The car is just so good, man.
It seems to just point well.
Yep.
You can tell you're not struggling. Even seeing you come through the keyhole, it's like, cool, here's where it's at, and it's just throttle modulation.
100%. That's all it was. That's why I was talking to the judges yesterday. I was making a mental note to not watch my hands, but coming through the outer 2, I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't, doing this number coming through outer 2, but I was planted pretty much like this, and as soon as I'd leave it, I would just start doing this number to find inner 1, and the car just goes.
Yeah, it looks so well set up. Is it a lot off your mind now, not having to worry about car setup? How does that change what you do coming into the weekend?
It changes my mental state 100%. Yeah. I mean, the car is going to be ready and it's going to be there. So I have no stress of, driving across country. What if my trailer breaks? What if I have a blowout? What if I have multiple blowouts? What if my Freightliner, dies? What if all the what ifs?
Yeah.
Yeah, old freight trainer.
Yeah.
All the what ifs have turned into, let's just go have fun. So it's changed the mindset. It's helped out a lot. It's calmed me down and got me to where I can focus on my line and not worried about if my car is going to make it to the end of the event.
It takes a lot off, right?
Yeah,
it's just
100%.
You can focus. I mean, we saw obviously the same thing with Simon.
Yeah. He's killing
in Long Beach.
He's killing it, dude.
He just got in that car. It's the best he's ever driven.
100%.
Nothing against that old car. The car was
it's
Super
great.
Was insane.
Completely different. But Odie's he's a madman. He knows he's over there putting old Salt Bay action on it and stuff. He knows what he's doing. So
he's just wrenching on the suspension. What are you doing? I'm just trust me. I know what I'm doing here.
Just go in there and hit the skinny pedal, Ben.
Yeah. That's basically all the notes.
Yep. Just floor it.
Yeah.
He just gets mad at me when I get on limiter a lot, though.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Is it one of those, he starts reading the contract again, he's like, you get one motor allocation?
You get 52 limiters per session, and that's it.
You know what? Knowing how analytical is, he's probably checking the log and be like, man, you're 4 limiters away from your allocation.
Yeah, you're back. You might need to shut it off for the last one.
You're going to have to coast the last quarter because you got no limiters left.
Yep. I need a fifth gear then.
Yeah,
Put a fifth gear in there.
just so you're not crushing limiters. Oh, that's amazing. Yeah, it is incredible. I'm not saying you didn't do well before. I mean, last year you did very, very well, but the struggles that it looked like you had in the beginning of practice, it seemed like you were trying to find setup or trying to find gearing, and now you're just out and you're like, cool, all I have to do is fix me.
Yep.
The car is where it needs to be.
Just focus on the line. That's it.
Odie's got all the notes,
100%.
right?
100%. Yeah, it's great. It's a true blessing, and I'm still honored to be a part of the team and to be wanted on the team. So it's super sick. It's super surreal. I still can't really fathom that I'm driving.
Yet? Have you had that moment yet where you're like, holy shit?
Kind of after LS Fest, whenever we went to LS Fest.
Because you beat Odie at LS Fest, didn't you?
Yes. The judges said I won. So
the judges said
it was the toughest battle of my life, man.
Yeah.
He was in his freaking S13, man.
Yeah,
He's in like a 500 horsepower car.
You could put him in a Miata and he'd be a problem.
He waited till my battle to put the big bottle of nitrous in it. So,
is that what he did?
Oh, yeah. He looked at me. He's like, I've been saving this for you. I was like, So it was great, man. It was a true testament to, I just wanted to prove to myself that I deserve to be in the spot that I'm at and prove to them. So it's a blessing, and I'm just gonna keep on having fun, man.
What are your plans after this event? Like once let's say you walk home with a trophy. I'm not making any predictions, but I mean obviously that's what you're here for. I'm here for completely different reasons.
Yeah.
But like, what's the plan after you get home? What are you up to?
Relax, man.
Yeah.
Get ready for round 2.
Just cut the grass.
Probably need to cut the grass.
Yeah. It's a big lawn.
It's a big lawn to cut, dude. It really is. So, no, I'm probably go hop on the sim, practice on it in Jersey. I don't know. I might go to Orlando just to support and support the team and stuff like that. Go hang out. I don't know yet. Haven't made my mind up on that.
It's not far for you, really.
I've just been traveling so much lately, so it's just kind of want to relax a little bit. But
taking a break's nice.
Yeah, but it's kind of stupid. Breaks are stupid. We can break when we sleep, right?
Yeah. You sleep. Sleep in your day.
Probably gonna hop on the sim, dude. Play some Seto. Get on Jersey and get the line dialed in and just get ready for Jersey, man.
I really like everybody I'm talking to, especially all the ProSpec guys who are doing really well. Sim just keeps coming up. Like, is it that necessary now? Like, if you're not putting in sim time, you're just not going to be competing?
No, I don't think so.
No?
I think it's like riding a bicycle, to be honest with you.
Okay.
But the more and more you do it, the better you're going to get.
But there's like you're not going to be like,
no, I don't
Lance
think,
Armstrong.
I haven't played sim in like the last month and a half because I've been out in the West Coast.
Right.
I played a couple times with my buddies while I was out there, but it's nothing like where I'm dedicated to sim time.
Okay.
And I hopped in the car and it's not like I was like, oh man, I wish I would have been playing sim more. But it does help get the feeling of the track, get the muscle memory and stuff like that. So it is very resourceful to have the sim and stuff like that. Just muscle memory, dialed in muscle memory.
It just becomes a timing thing, right?
Exactly.
You're like, okay, 100%. I know.
Dial in your initiation styles and stuff like that. Then
do you like? I've talked to a couple of different guys about different ways that they map out their actions on a track. So one guy I chatted with is like, I have a light that comes on that tells me that my speed for initiation. And I've heard some guys like, I count like 1, 2, 3, okay, go. Some guys like, no, it's all by line of sight. Like if I see this marker, I do this thing. Yeah. Where do you fall in that category?
I kind of get a visual reference point. Thank you. I focus on a visual reference point and try to aim for it every single time.
Gotcha.
I mean, it's, consistency wins.
Yeah.
So trying to be consistent on entry and setting yourself up for the first corner and if you're consistent there, it obviously you should be consistent the rest of the track. So in theory, but
you hope, right?
Stuff happens, stuff happens. But I don't know, dude. There's a lot of people that have all the technical. I honestly do just drive.
You just to feel.
Just to feel.
Yeah.
It's like a speed thing. It's like, okay, I'm going fast enough. Throw it.
I was kind of hoping you were going to be like, I just like hum Cotton Eye Joe, and like when I get to a certain point, that's when I go.
Start swinging Sweet Home Alabama.
Yeah.
No, dude, I need to put a GoPro inside my car to remember what I do because I just get caught up in the moment and I just have fun, dude. I just have a blast.
It's tough because like I've talked to you, obviously just like talked to so many drivers, and some guys are like, like I remember every moment in a car, and some guys are like, man, I just like turn off, and the next thing I know, I'm at the other end, and it's like there seems to be those two.
That's definitely.
You're just all like flow state.
Yes.
You just get into it, and you're like.
As soon as I drop the clutch and go through the chicane, it's like I don't know. It's
just vision
I kind of
narrows.
black out. Not really black out, but
like
I
the
black
Will Ferrell
out.
quote,
yeah,
right?
yeah. No, for real. I don't. Nothing else matters at that point, to be honest with you, because you can't have time to worry about anything else. So I don't ever really think.
Yeah.
I just do. Just like old Yoda says, you don't think, you do. So, yeah, I mean, I wish I had like a super cool technical way that I did it, but I really don't.
I think it's cool. It's a good juxtaposition with Odie, who's like uber technical, and then you're like, nah, I just like get in the car and do my thing.
Yep.
And,
I just have fun, dude. It's a blast. I love drifting. I love drifting.
It's like the best.
Yep.
Seriously, I mean, I can't. I've watched so many motorsports over the years, and I keep coming back to it. Like anything else could be going on, and I'm like, oh, this
dumbest thing you can do with a car, but the absolute funnest.
Yeah, for sure. Who are you looking forward to battling? Like just watching the competition, because like ProSpec is spicy this year.
Who am I looking for? I think a good battle a good competition would be. There's a lot of them, but Nate Chen was on fire, dude.
Yeah,
Nate Chen was cooking.
He was up here like just before you and we were talking about it. And he's like, no, I'm like where I need to be. The car's where I need it to be.
No, he's killing it. He's doing really well.
Yeah.
Jaden, he's crushing it too. I mean, dude. There's a lot of heaters out there. But I don't know. It's qualifying is qualifying, but you always have those OGs like Andy.
Yeah, that's where my head goes.
You always have Haley.
Andy can just
he's always back in the back of your head, always there. So
I don't think he's that old, but I think of him as like old man Andy at this point.
I'm just focused on competing against my own mind and staying out of my head.
That's deep.
Just stay out of my head and just have fun, dude.
Yeah,
that's my theory.
Do you get like caught up in your own head, like
not really like that? I just get like anxiety sometimes.
Okay.
Because it's like you're waiting, and then all of a sudden you gotta go.
That's the part nobody talks about with this competition. Is like you have to be on, but then you have this like build up. It's not like, I don't know, maybe like I always go back to like hockey, where it's like you just get into it and you're going. This is like hurry up and wait.
Yep, hurry up and wait.
Yeah.
So
and you have to, like sit there and just.
And it's 90-0. You go out there, you lay down a heater, then you go park.
Yeah.
And then you're like, all right, let's go back out and do another heater, and you're like, what did I just do?
Would you prefer to be like on the far side of the bracket or on the near side? Like, would you rather like?
I'd rather just get it over with.
Yeah. You don't want to sit there and watch everybody. You're like, nah, let's just go.
I'd rather just get out there, get it done, wait, watch for the rest of them, get out there, get it over with. Not that I'm not enjoying it, but the anxiety of waiting gets me.
Okay.
So it's like, if I can go ahead and get it over with, and if I come out on top, heck yeah, I'm stoked. I get to watch, cheer on the boys, and then get ready, get ready for the next one. So,
are you doing anything like calm your nerves, like whip out the Game Boy or something?
No. I mean, I just scroll through my phone and
just on Instagram, just checking
chilling,
shit out.
Yep, just finding some videos, and people send me videos so I can watch my previous run and stuff like that.
Okay,
just sit there and relax, dude. Turn the cool suit on, have air flowing in my helmet.
I was just gonna say, the cool suit.
Spoiled rock.
I know.
Dude.
Did you have a cool suit before?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's
I had to add
helmet
air to his car because he didn't have it.
Oh,
and I was like, that's my mistake. I got long hair, dude. I got to keep it dry.
I know. I can see.
You got to keep it dry.
You got the flow.
We
got to get that, like, just
It normally does that, but my balaclava was just like shoving it down all day. So
yeah, we gotta fluff it out.
Oh, we'll fluff it.
There's a competition.
It's called scrunching it. You got to scrunch it.
Using mousse? Is that
what
you're?
All natural. Oh, some Moroccanol.
Oh.
Moroccanol.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I used to have a giant mohawk, and I put like gotta be glued in there.
I could see you as a mohawk.
It was, dude, and it was the same color.
That's
the funny
sick.
part. I know, right?
That's sick.
That's what I tell people. I'm like, look, I've had people staring at my head for years. This is not new. Because
I don't think you take that off, do you?
I mean,
I've heard you shower with it.
I've
heard you shower with it.
Yeah.
So.
No, I mean, I think someone commented on a YouTube video, like, do you ever take that off? I'm like, if someone on the Toronto Maple Leafs gets a hat trick, I'll throw it on the ice, but that's about it. It's like the most Canadian.
Heck yeah, dude. Heck yeah.
Dude, well, I'm so stoked to see what you can do this weekend.
Thank you very much, bro.
Keep crushing it,
yes,
and it's gonna be a great weekend.
Heck yeah. I'll see y'all next time.
Yeah, man. All right, are you good?
Yes, sir.
Are you nervous?
No, I'm not nervous.
That's good. All right.
The party.
We got Connor O'Sullivan, or O'Sully. Do you like O'Sully better?
Yeah, everyone just calls me Connor O'Sully, but my real last name is O'Sullivan.
All right, dude. You came out here ripping. Like, you were kind of a late addition to ProSpec. You're relatively new to this sport in the grand scheme of things, and you just came out and destroyed.
I appreciate it.
No, dude, it was great. Like I said, I was standing next to Cash during some of your practice runs. I'm like, he kind of just turns and looks at me. He's like, see? And I'm like, yep, I'm not here to argue with you, man. How did you pick this up so quick?
Honestly, I've seen a lot of videos, and I was really excited. I really always wanted to get into drifting, and I got an opportunity to get into it, and I just got a car. I went to a couple of parking lots, and I just felt at home. I mean, it was just so comfortable behind the wheel right off the rep. Yeah, a couple local drifters were going to clutch kickers and stuff, so we started going to some big competitions, and I'd never even tandemed before going to some of these competitions.
Really?
So it was nerve-wracking, like pulling in and seeing all these crazy cars and rigs and stuff. So
you have like no fear.
Yeah.
Like,
I think a lot of the bikes and stuff kind of crossed over, like the nerves, and just try to stay cool and, you know.
You've got some mad wheelie abilities, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Like even like hand dragging on the mini bikes and stuff like that.
Right.
Have you is that how you've been since a kid? Like were you
I
always...
raced motocross my whole life, really.
Okay.
And then I started stunt riding for about 5 years, and then once I got into drifting, I kind of put that stuff to the side because I didn't want to get hurt and ruin my career. So
no, it's good. I mean, we see it so much. We see so many guys make that jump, and it makes sense because it's like, oh, it's similar, right? It's that
extreme
feeling.
sports and stuff. There's a lot of guys that do BMX and stuff that are in drifting and all that stuff. So
no, dude, you've like I said, it's been great. What's it been like just having Cash on the team now?
It's new, so this is our first event with him.
Yeah.
I think it'll be helpful. He's my spotter, so I know he has a lot of good input because he's a driver as well.
Yep.
So I think it definitely helps out a lot.
Yeah,
so.
just having a bit of veteran
right,
on there.
Right. And then if we do some like testing or something, go drive together and get some good seat time.
He's a big ball buster though. That's
right.
the thing. He'll keep you on your toes the whole time.
That's him for you, you know.
Yeah. No. Hey, as long as you can swing back, it's fine.
Right. Exactly.
No, it's
got to.
That's good. So let's for anybody who doesn't like, because I mean I feel like a lot of people are going to be like, who the hell is this kid?
Right.
What have you accomplished so far? Because there's been some pretty crazy highlights in there.
Really, I mean, battling with like LZ. I know that video kind of went viral, and a lot of people know me from that video. But clutch kickers, we got a couple podiums last year. Last year was really my season where I got noticed.
Yeah,
my first season, I did 2 events at clutch kickers and a 240. I mean, it was nowhere near competitive as my BMW is now.
Yeah.
But last year was my big season for sure.
Yeah. And then where, I mean, like I said, it feels like you kind of came out of nowhere other than those LZ battles. But what's it like coming here?
I don't know. It's a little nerve-wracking. I mean, all these guys have a lot of seat time. A lot of these guys have been driving for 5 to 10 years.
I mean, you got Andy right there. I mean, that you want to talk about seat time.
Right. I don't. I mean, I've been driving for 2 years. This is really my second year driving. So.
Yeah. Is this a track that you look at and you're like, holy shit?
Yeah, well, actually, 2 years ago, I came here for my first FD event that I've ever been to watch.
Wow.
And seeing this track, I was like, wow. Like, this entry and everything was just so crazy. So coming out here was definitely something I've always wanted to do. And I knew ProSpec wasn't a thing out here, so I was happy that they had this track added to our ProSpec schedule.
Same, dude. I love it. I love it.
Yeah, but after like getting some seat time and stuff, pulling in here, it wasn't as intimidating as I remembered.
Okay.
But it's definitely a really, really fun track, and I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, dude. Like I said, we're absolutely happy to have you here. I mean, anytime somebody can kind of come in and disrupt things that quickly,
right?
We had Jaden on earlier. Same thing. Like this kid kind of comes out of nowhere. If you don't follow, Canadian drifting, you don't know who this kid is, and then it's like same thing. Like it's such a good mix-up. But I mean, it's gonna keep a lot of guys on their toes.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
You've got
That's the plan coming in here.
Yeah, exactly. Like
apply some pressure. You know?
Let's like mess up the standings a little bit. Let's get crazy. You've got a really aggressive style too. Like you really push hard, but there's not a lot of corrections in it. Are you? I guess like what's going through your head when you're driving? That's a big question.
Yeah, it is a big question. It's hard to answer that, but I'm just in throttle a lot and just try to drive extremely hard.
Yeah. Are you having to like hold the car back with left foot braking? Are you like using the e-brake more?
I usually don't use left foot brake much unless we're in chase or something. I kind of just try to go as fast as possible and have a good lead run. I mean, in like some corrections and stuff, a little left foot brake, but usually I don't really touch it much unless we're in a chase position.
So you're trying to gear the car basically to be flat out as long as you can.
Yep.
That seems to be what fits well for you.
Yep.
Do you think that's gonna hurt you at all moving forward, or like? I mean, obviously we haven't hit tandem.
I don't think
yet,
so. I mean, as long as you have good angle, you're in the zones and all that. So far it's worked out.
Yeah,
so.
Exactly.
Until it doesn't, maybe I'll have to change some things, but
yeah,
I'm sure I have a lot more learning to do and stuff. So.
Were you running 255s when you were running other stuff? So this isn't a huge change.
Yeah,
for
last
you?
year, or I got in with GT Radio last year.
Okay.
So I've been running on the ProSpec tires all last year at clutch kickers and all
Gotcha.
that. So it was nice to not switch from another tire.
Right.
Because we were already used to it.
Yeah.
And I was a big fan of that tire. I mean, it's
a great
one of the
tire.
better tire I've been on. So
Yeah. It's.
I mean,
it's
we
a
were on
great
some
tire.
275s and some bigger tires, and going to a 255 was a little. We didn't know how it would work, and it's probably the fastest the car's been.
Yeah.
So.
Do you prefer lead or chase? Like, what's your favorite?
So when I first started drifting, I was always lead.
Yeah.
I always liked leading, but now I enjoy chase. I think the most. It's just more. I don't know. It gets me more excited. Just try to like get as close as possible and just throw a crazy rundown. You know.
Yeah. Oh, and it's like immediately gratifying.
Right.
Right. Because like when you're that close to the guy, you're like,
Yeah,
oh
it
shit,
pumps
I'm
you
doing
up. Like,
well.
and towards the end of the run, like if you lay down like a sick chase line, I'm just like so pumped up.
Yeah. What do you do to like do you get pumped up before you get in the car? Do you like to be calm before you get in the car?
I get calm and just chill, drink some water,
Yeah.
take some deep breaths. You know.
It's like get zen, get a little meditated.
Yep.
Yeah. And then when you're in the car, do you just try and like zone out? Or are you trying to think the whole time?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Sometimes I overthink things when I'm at the line, but once that light goes, I mean, it's just like
It's just
everything's
go.
out of my head. Like sometimes I'm overthinking it, like don't overcook the entry or something. But I mean, once we take off, it's just like even if I'm like, hey, I'm gonna go easy on this run, there's no such
Out
thing.
the
Like
window.
once that light goes, yeah, it's all out the window. I'm just wide open, just you know.
That's funny. It's just go for it. Just
Yeah,
send it
go
at that
for
point.
it. Just send it hard.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's working. It's showing.
Right.
Is there any track that's coming up that you're excited? Like obviously Atlanta's sick, but like moving past that between the next three.
Yeah. I think Utah will probably be the track I'm really looking forward to, just because it's like a 100-mile-an-hour entry.
Yeah.
I like that stuff. I like going fast, so
I just like going.
just like going fast.
What do you do when you're not drifting? What are you up to after like we go home
Right
from
now,
this?
I mean, since we got into FD and stuff, I've been taking some time off work, and I'm just trying to focus on my driving career and try to get into a bunch of motorsports. And
Is there any motorsport you would like to try that maybe you haven't yet?
yeah, if I could try anything right now, it'd probably be like GT3 racing.
Oh,
like what was
okay.
going on earlier today.
Were
Big
you
fan
like
of that
watching
stuff.
it? You're like I could get into one
Yep,
of those.
Yep. Yeah, that's the plan. I mean, I think that stuff's really cool. So.
I mean we see it helping as well with drifting as well, like just more car control, more
Right.
seat time, more comfortability.
Absolutely
Yeah.
different driving styles and stuff.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
But
Is
yeah,
there-
I mean, right now, drifting career. I mean, if we can do good this year, I'd like to go to Pro 1, and
you just
I want to
like,
stay with Formula Drift.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just my style.
Well,
I
yeah.
love it. I love it.
So that's the goal then, is like get the pro license, immediately make the jump. into
Yep.
pro
Yeah. I
and
mean,
just
if we
go
can
for
do
it.
good this year, and I'm confident in going to Pro 1, I mean, that's definitely the plan.
It's a bold move.
Yeah.
I mean, it's worked for other guys. Robert Thorne did it.
Yeah,
He's,
he
He's
did.
looking really good too.
Right.
Like, I mean, obviously the jump up it's a big jump.
It is
but
definitely a big jump.
Yeah.
And it's expensive too.
It's not. Yeah, it's not cheap.
Yeah, it's not cheap. so.
That's for sure.
But yeah, I would like to. I mean, I think going to Pro 1 would be awesome.
Yeah, I mean,
So,
why not, right? If you got the
right.
license, you might as well
Yeah.
give it. Would you run the same car, maybe just with more power? Or?
Yeah, depending on what happened with our program and stuff, I'd probably run the E46. I mean, the car is just dialed. It's got all the RTS parts on it. And the car's
grippy.
fast. It's worked out so well for me, and I'm super comfortable in the car. So it's kind of hard to get away from that chassis, but it's hard like seeing some of the newer BMWs and saying no to them. You know,
Yeah,
They're
I hear you.
super good looking. So
Do you have a wish list sponsor? Like, if there was like one sponsor, you're like, look, I need you on board.
yeah, if I could pick any sponsor, it would probably be Red Bull. I
Yeah?
think that would be like the sickest sponsor.
Just like for the prestige of it.
Yeah,
like
it's
if
just-
you get a Red Bull, like you've made it, right?
Right.
That'd be
Yeah,
sick.
that was definitely the plan. That would be sweet.
You shooting emails off? You just like,
Not yet,
Mad
you know.
Mike, hey buddy, come on.
I don't want to do it too early. I want to make a name for myself and get some.
Just
some
get them. You want
podiums
them
and
to
stuff.
come to you, is what you
Yeah,
want, right?
That'd be cool. But
That'd be sick.
maybe by the end of the year, if we do some big things, or
I mean, if you keep driving the way you're driving, people are gonna take notice. I think they already have, right? Like
Right.
that's you. It sounds like you want the driving to speak for itself at that point.
right. Yeah, it's just. I mean, last year it was hard to reach out to a lot of sponsors and stuff and
It's
big
fresh.
people because I wasn't pro. I've been doing it for a year, so
Yeah.
it's hard for someone to make a financial investment like that. So
It's tough. Like they're taking a massive risk on
Right.
somebody to be like, yeah, I don't know how they like. He did really well last year, but like
right.
ProSpec's a whole other game, and then Pro's a whole other game again. Like,
Absolutely.
business wise, it's tough to make that jump.
Yeah,
but,
definitely.
But I mean, I think if you just keep doing this, keep your head in the game, and keep driving that aggressive style, like this is your season, right?
Yep, I appreciate it. Yeah, that's
Dude,
the plan.
I'm
We're just
stoked
gonna
to
drive
see it.
hard and just try to get Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
So
There's a lot of rookies.
yeah, there are a lot of rookies. that was the plan last year until we saw all the new drivers. I mean, the field is half the field's new drivers.
Yeah, it's 11 or 12 drivers or something
Right.
like that.
Right. So.
I mean, so far, as of right now, you're there. So I don't think
Yep.
any other rookies did as well as you did. So
Yep.
man,
Yeah, it's time to shine now.
let's go, dude. Stoked, love it. Thanks again
Appreciate
for
you.
coming out, and I'm excited to see where the rest of this year takes
Yeah,
you.
thank you. If you guys want to stay tuned with all my my program, just follow me on Instagram and Facebook at Connor Rosselli Drifting, and
Love the plug. That was
Yes, sir,
good. That was good. You got this.
I'll give myself a little shout out.
Might as well. All right, so we are here with Jay the Drifter. First of all, let's set the record straight. You just turned 15?
I actually turned 15 yesterday, so Wednesday. I had spent my birthday doing practice in my car.
Dude, I can't think of a better way to spend a birthday.
I mean, I couldn't ask for better. You know, it's been a dream forever to come to Formula Drift, and I finally spent it the first time on my birthday.
Yeah, that's nuts. And you laid down an absolutely incredible run. You look good in practice. It looked like you had some struggles beforehand. Do you want to walk us through kind of what happened and where you're at now?
Yeah, so unfortunately, we didn't have the greatest practice ever. So we got into practice, and the car caught fire. The injector wasn't well sit, so unfortunately, it shot everywhere in the engine bay, caught fire. But thankfully, I'm really proud of that. I pulled the fire suppression system, so I was able to take the fire out, or else I think it could have burned the car to the ground. But
Yeah.
honestly, I'm kind of glad I pulled it. And then we had it burned some nitrous. The nitrous solenoids broke,
okay.
so now we had to replace them. So we didn't have time. So for today's practice and qualifying, I had to run with no NOS.
So you're sitting around, what, 450 horsepower?
Yeah, I was running 450 wheel horsepower in my qualifying.
Did you have to, like, bump tire pressure up? Did you have to change anything? Or did you just like, yeah, this is fine?
So yesterday this morning we decided to change the tune a little bit. So we put higher tire pressure, suspension a little bit harder, and then we practiced. And then we did, I think, 2 or 3 practice lap, and we dialed the car in. And then going to qualifying, the car felt really good, and I was able to lay down a hell of a lead.
Dude, it was crazy.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. I mean, as somebody who watches DMCC, I already knew what Atlanta was in for.
Mm-hmm.
I'd seen what you were able to accomplish there, some of the big guys that you've taken out, even in the last little bit. What is Quebec drifting like, if you have to describe it? Because it's kind of its own thing, and I don't think a lot of people realize how different Quebec drifting is in comparison to a lot of other places.
I think that the competition like DMCC down in Canada is more like I'd say a fun event, you know, like drivers really there to more have fun and like chill with friends, and you know, there's not as much competition as here, you know. You come here you really want to win, you're here to beat people, and down in Canada you're just there to enjoy it, you know.
Yeah. So here's a tough question: Trois-Rivières or Saint-Eustache?
The thing is, I haven't tried any of these tracks.
What?
No, I didn't. Trois-Rivières is I never tried that track out, and Saint Eustache got destroyed before I started drifting.
Damn. Okay, so you're relatively new to this then.
Yeah, I have been drifting for maybe 2.5 years now. Yeah, last year was my first year competing, and got my license.
What were you doing before this then? Like, how did you pick it up this quick?
Honestly, I have no idea. I didn't know how to drive when I first started 2.5 years ago. I didn't know how to drive. Got into a G35 and just got better from there on.
G35. Okay, so that's the answer. Big body VQ.
Yeah.
Did you straight pipe it?
Yeah, I did.
Of course you did. You did. Did you wrap it in like crazy colors too?
Yeah, I did. It was a crazy wrap, gray and black. Yeah.
All right, you're just keeping that French stereotype just going, right?
Yeah,
big loud car with crazy colors.
Yes.
That's crazy, dude. I had no idea. So where have you been drifting then in Canada? Have you done like Shannonville? Have you headed to like TMP? I know it was both Ontario, but
honestly, I have not done a lot of tracks. I have done iCar, which is a kind of a popular track down there. I have done Saint Croix, another popular track, and I have done Sanaï.
Okay.
The other tracks, unfortunately, I wasn't able to do them since I was racing last year to get my FD license.
Yep.
I missed a few rounds there, so I didn't get to do every round.
Okay. What series did you get your license through?
I got it through U.S. Drift Circuit down in Florida.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's great. So you were flying back and forth then for that?
Yeah, exactly. I was
Wow.
flying every time and flying back.
Jeez, that's nuts. That's a tough series too, man.
Yeah.
Like, wow.
There's pretty good drivers down there.
Yeah. I mean, they have all the seat time. I mean,
Yeah.
our seat time is like cool. You get seat time and then you get winter seat time.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
And like-
even this winter I drove maybe one time, I'd say. So
Okay.
yeah.
So what do you? I guess like I'm trying to understand how you picked this up so quickly. Like, did you come from like dirt bikes? Did you go karts? Was there anything before this?
I didn't dirt bike before. I have done motocross before.
Okay.
I was doing some, but I wasn't the best. You know, I did a few competitions,
Yeah.
and I just fell into drifting just like that. And honestly, I'm really happy. I picked it up super quick. Like
Yeah.
last year, beginning of season, I'm gonna be honest, I was not the best. I was struggling, and by the end of the year, I got like 10 times better.
Are you doing a lot of sim drifting at home or putting in seat time that way?
Yes, thankfully I have a sponsor. It's
Okay.
Advanced Sim Racing, and they're really great. They got me a really good deal on the rig, and it's a SimuCube
Okay.
with Herzingveld pedals, and it's really, really amazing. And I'm able to like really dial in how the car feels, and honestly, I'd say it's pretty realistic.
How many hours do you think you put in on fake sim road Atlanta before you got here?
I'd say maybe put I'd say around like 2 or 3 hours.
That's it?
Maybe more.
Maybe?
Maybe 10.
Okay,
Maybe
yeah.
between 5 and 10. I'm not sure, honestly. I haven't played that much.
Okay. Are you? You're obviously missing school right now.
Yes, I am.
Yeah. What's that
yes.
like? Did you like tell your teacher like, listen, I'm gonna go compete with like the best in the world?
Yeah.
No big deal. Hope you don't
Yeah.
mind.
Yeah, no, I do like sign a waiver, and it's pretty easy. They don't really understand what I go do it for weeks. They don't really understand, but
Maybe you can do like a presentation on it or something.
Oh, yeah,
like
that'd be a good
social
idea.
studies, right?
Yeah.
And be like, yes, this is the social studies of drifting.
Yeah.
And this is how it all works.
yeah, how I started and everything.
That's nuts. Cool.
Yeah.
What round are you most excited for coming up?
Oof, I'd say like Atlanta was really the track I was looking
is it?
forward to. Yeah, that was really exciting. I'm excited too for New Jersey. I'm gonna have my comp car out, so this was my practice car.
Right.
And yeah, I'm really excited to have my comp car out, and we're gonna be driving. I think it's gonna be a fun track, especially for tandem. So really stoked on
yeah,
that.
it's definitely a track. You can get a ton of proximity. I mean, if
Yeah,
you want to go
exactly.
bang doors, like that's kind of the spot. Are you gonna try and get early, do some testing at like Englishtown and?
We might try to get a few practice, but I don't think we're gonna have time. The car right now it's not fully done, so we're gonna work really hard every weekend and hopefully even make it in time for the next round.
Yeah, that'll be awesome. I'm looking
Yeah.
forward to it.
Yeah.
Dude, stoked to see another Canadian doing this
Yeah.
well. I mean, I'm always happy to see the fellow Canadians, whenever they're ranking up. So that's awesome. I'm looking forward to big things, man. Thank you for stopping
you.
by.
I appreciate
Good luck
it.
in competition tomorrow, and yeah, for everybody watching, keep an eye on this kid. All right, we're here with Andy. How do you pronounce your last name definitively? Because
Hately.
Hately?
Hately.
Hately.
Yep.
I screw it up.
Can't hate a Hately.
It's funny. So
Yeah.
I use the Gettins good.
Oh, there you
Yeah,
go.
it's- yeah, exactly.
There
Works
you
out
go.
well.
You got to have your own little mantra, you know.
Dude, it makes people remember it,
Exactly,
right? It
exactly.
Works out well. And
Yeah.
then, I mean, you've got the Drift Wizard, which,
Yep.
dude, that
Yep,
shirt
we
is
got shirts.
sick.
We
Oh,
got
okay.
stickers. We got all sorts.
Are they online, too?
Not yet.
All
We
right.
just picked up our merch like literally the Thursday before I left. So I have all that out here. We're gonna get it on the website, get selling that soon, and
Sick.
hopefully it does well. We got
If it's-
some good ideas.
If it's not last minute, it's no minute at all, right?
Exactly. That's how it
that's
works.
just drifting.
Yep. 100%.
Dude, you look so much better in this car. I mean, the E30 was great.
I feel better in this car.
The last car was beautiful. I loved it.
Yeah.
There's so much history.
Yep.
But, like, now that you're in this chassis, I
Yep.
feel like a weight vest has just been torn off of you.
Oh yeah, no, it's 100% better, and it's not something that we weren't familiar with. I mean, the front suspension on the E30 is the same SLR kit that
Okay.
we've had on the car so I've been driving with essentially that same front suspension since I built that car in 2014 or whatever.
Oh.
So I'm very familiar with how the front end feels and reacts and all
Right.
that stuff. And then the rear of the E30 was just never all that. And we did everything we could, and that's one of the reasons why I never gave up on the car sooner, is because we were working with the trailing arms. We
Yeah.
moved that outside pickup point back to get a better in camber toe curve. We got it to the point where it was actually better camber toe curve and less camber toe change than like a 36 or a 46.
Oh, really?
But it was almost too little. So we had zero side bite because the car wasn't leaning up and cambering up as it was rolling over.
Okay.
So we had crazy forward bite.
Yeah,
but the
it was
side
always a
bite,
quick car.
Yeah, the side bite wasn't there. So then we dialed that back a little bit and found like a happy medium. But The trailing arms were custom. They were hard to build, expensive,
and if you wrecked them,
exactly, yeah. And if you're familiar with 46 suspension, it's multi-arm. It's got one trailing arm to the side, two arms that come in.
Yep.
Usually, it's those two arms that break, and it's relatively easy fix. So.
Yeah.
I was always kind of wary about driving that car very, very hard because I knew that if I wrecked it,
that's it.
We're done for the day.
She's over.
Yeah, exactly. So, this car is just much more comfortable. I'm less attached to it too because the E30 was also the first build that I ever did. I learned my first welds on a chassis or on that car.
Oh, that's cool.
The first hoses I ever made. I mean, all that stuff is all first engine swap I ever did. It's all the first time I ever did that stuff. So it's got that sentimental value. Whereas this car, I built it as fast as possible. I built it with as many removable parts as possible. So even the bar that supports all my catch cans in the back, that's just riveted to the chassis.
Okay.
So I can drill that out, put it on their E46 chassis, rivet it up, and I'm good to go.
Gotcha.
So I did that with as much parts of the car as I could. So if I did wreck the car, it'd be easy to transfer everything over. Whereas the E30, when I was building it, I was just trying to build my own little supercar, essentially my own best car, and I wasn't thinking as far as crash structure and lightweightness and just overall not doing too much work, essentially. Not putting too much work into it, so I'm not that attached to it.
Okay.
And and it worked out. I mean, this car's been great since day one.
It's so quick.
Yeah.
This makes so much sense now that you're talking about how the front suspension's the same and the geometry is obviously very, very close.
Yeah, it's literally the same. Yeah, same. I can take my control arms off of my E30 and put them right on my E36. Wow. All I got to do is change the inside lollipop.
Jeez.
Yeah.
But it
and I was actually running 46 knuckles on the E30. It was E46 M3 knuckles. And on this car, it's E36 regular knuckles.
Okay.
So I actually downgraded the knuckles because they're easier to work with. The E36 has a 2-bolt thing on the back, and the E46 is like a pinch bolt, so you have to slide it out.
Right.
It's just difficult to work with, so we went with the E36 setup.
Just make it quicker if something does happen.
Yep,
swap
quicker, easier to change. It's a cheaper part. Everything easier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you seem to have adapted to the car really quick, even because this is the second or third year with that car.
Second year.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Last year, you seemed to pick up on it. You obviously did really well last year.
Yeah, it worked. It worked.
Yeah. Is there anything you would change about it now? Now that you're into it, is there
Not really. No. I'd like to get more grip out of it. We're working on that right now.
Yeah.
But no, it's pretty solid. If we moved up to Pro 1, which we're trying to do next year,
damn right.
Then the bigger tire and we're going to switch to the bigger supercharger, the bigger Magnuson supercharger, so we can make more power. Because right now we're at only 10 pounds of boost, but we're spinning the supercharger at 24,000 RPM,
Ooh, okay.
which is about the peak that you want to be spinning it at.
Yep.
Or a 10-inch crank pulley on the bottom. It's a gigantic thing.
Yeah, I've seen it. It's wild.
Yeah, and we're not getting that much boost because our engine is so large. It's a 427.
Oh,
so
okay.
yeah, it's just not. It's not enough boost to basically fill those cylinders. I mean, make that much boost out of that big of a block, essentially.
Yeah, it's pulling it in almost as quick as it's putting it in.
Exactly.
Right?
Bigger supercharger, that would put us up into the 1,000 horsepower range, and then the bigger tire, and that's what I want to see the next evolution of that car be, is basically a Pro 1 car, essentially.
But the rest of the drivetrain can take all that grip and everything else.
Yeah, I mean, it should be. It's got the quick change. It's got the G-force transmission.
Yeah.
It's ready to go. Yeah. We've got a little trick axle system in there that I put in that's a little bit cheaper than drive shaft shop stuff to build. It's basically off-road axle style stuff.
Oh, cool.
And, they're Porsche 930 CVs. So I have stub axles on it too. So it's basically, I can take my axles. It's the same as the quick change on both sides. So I can take the axle and flip it, and it bolts right up. And it also bolts up to the stub axle and doesn't slide through. So to change an axle, I don't have to pound it out through the hub.
You have to take the big
I can
hub.
just bolt off both sides and drop it down and bolt it back up. Yeah.
That's smart.
Yeah.
So you really you're really putting in the time to be okay,
yeah,
in a 5 minute, what can we do?
Exactly. Putting in that time, not to build like what I did with the E30 to build my perfect drift car or whatever,
Right.
but to build this to be modular and easy to work on and make sure that we can get things done quickly and easily. Because I personally don't like doing a lot of work. It's a
Colonels
ton.
will do it.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's a lot of work to get all this stuff together. And
Right.
I mean, I got my engine back the Monday before we left, so I had a week and a half before, and I had to slam this whole car together and get everything, and it's it's a lot of things: alignment, tuning, dyno, it's a lot
Just
of work.
a lot.
It's a lot all at once. Building the car just to be easier, quicker to do everything. even going with like the motor plates, for instance. We went with the RTS motor plates on the front of the car, so now you can drop the subframe without supporting the motor. So if we bend a subframe or anything like little things like that really make the improvement as far as just being able to fix things easily and quickly.
Of course.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of those for anybody who's like listening who's building a drift car. It's like, especially if you want to go into this or any competition where they have a timeout rule.
Yeah.
Like you need to be thinking about that because how many guys have we seen not be able to compete because they time out?
Yep. And that comes down to having a great team and building your car properly. And unfortunately, I mean, if you really do your research, I had to learn all this in the field. Because like I'm not the guy coming up and asking a whole lot of questions to everyone. I have a few key guys. Shout out to Gary Castillo. Shout out to who else? Ed Hartunian, the guy who taught me to weld.
Okay.
These are just random guys that I keep in my pocket when I'm. Gary, he built my control arms on the car on the E30. He built the trailing arms. It's reaching out to these certain. Basically, knowing which minds are better than yours and knowing when to reach out to them is a key component of running your program and not getting in over your head. And if you ever think you're over your head, you probably are, and you should probably call.
And you probably have been for a while.
Yeah, and a lot of people, they're not unhappy to hear from you.
Yeah.
You call who you think can help you, and don't try and call them too much, but it's,
send them a pizza randomly.
Yeah, some people also are too unsure of themselves in that aspect, but I feel like finding that happy medium where you're you're stepping over your boundaries, like with those trailing arms. I knew that was getting to be my limit of my fabrication skills.
Right.
And attempting to do it myself probably wouldn't have come out as good if me and Gary did it together.
Right.
So that kind of thing.
It's tough. It's an ego hit to admit that you don't understand something or you can't do it.
I mean that's what this is. That's why I come. That's why I learned how to drift. I enjoy learning how to do things. I really enjoy that idiot phase. Yeah. Because I grew up skateboarding, so this was skateboarding in the 90s when, skateboarders it wasn't Nigel Houston, it wasn't these guys driving around in Lambos. We were just street punks catching the bus around Santa Monica to go skate, spots. Yeah. And I got used to just falling in front of people and looking like an idiot all day long, and now I don't take that ego hit with those things. And
you can't.
You got to progress. Hi. Hello. He can hear me from so far away. That's awesome.
I know. It's great.
Hello, good sir.
Yeah. Broadcasting.
Use the presidential wave.
Yes. The Queen wave. Yeah. Or the King wave now.
Wave.
Yeah, King wave now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough. And I think I was chatting with a couple pros earlier, and I was trying to say, I very much, because I started Pro 2, I started, but I want to see it progress. And it hurts me so much when you see guys fail out because of something silly, right? They drop out because they just didn't know how to manage their money, or they didn't little shit you how much food you need to bring. Yeah. This day is crazy long. Yep. If you don't know how to manage your food and water intake, you could be dehydrated sitting up at the top, and that's it.
Yeah, we're lucky. My dad actually comes around. He's sort of the guy that brings us our food and water and stuff, and he's missing it the first 2 days of this event. Oh. And me and Curtis, my crew chief, we were talking about it just left and right. We need him. We need him. Whenever he's here, we don't think we need him, but when he's gone, there's no waters in the cooler, there's no ice, and we're like, what's happening?
Yeah. And I don't know. I very much enjoy people passing down that knowledge.
Yeah.
Why are we gatekeeping any of this?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. And I feel like you'll get some of that with the bigger teams, but I feel like the ProSpec pits, everybody's really open, really helpful.
Trying.
Zendara borrowed my crew chief's trailer yesterday to take her car to the frame shop. That's a no questions asked thing. The guy came running over and he's like, somebody told me you have a trailer. I was like, I have a trailer. And he's like, what? He's like, you have a local guy trailer? I was like, oh, maybe Curtis? I was like, let me call my crew chief. And he was like, is your trailer here? He's like, yeah. I was like, can these guys borrow? He's like, yeah, no problem. Just tell them not to mess it up. And I was like, all right, cool. And that's just how we do things, Yeah. It's sort of what I learned from, the grassroots side of it and everybody helping everybody out and just, wrenching on each other's cars and helping people get stuff done. I mean, this year wasn't that bad, but last year before Long Beach, I was over at Jeff's shop for I think 4 nights or 5 nights, before Long Beach, helping him get his stuff ready, welding on a thing for his kill switch and getting his hood pin set up and all this stuff.
It's all the little stuff you forget.
Yeah, and it's just what we do. Yeah.
Well, I really hope you make the jump to pro. I'd love to see you up there.
Thank you,
You've
man.
done your time in Pro 2, ProSpec, whatever we want to call
Yep.
it. Like,
yep. I've done my time in both.
I know.
technically.
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Well, yeah, thank you. I got to close the episode. You want to close it out with me?
Sure.
All right, cool. Thank you, everybody, for watching everything The Outer Zone. Also, check out Andy's podcast.
And watch my Drift Wizard stuff.
Yeah, Drift Wizard stuff.
Come buy a
good.
shirt.
Yeah,
Oh.
just support the ProSpec guys. Thank you guys for watching and or listening.
We got a shirt with Flanders on it, too.
Do you really?
Yeah.
What's it say?
I'll surprise it. Send it, end it.
Sendily.
Yeah, I got you one.
Ah, dude, that's
what
awesome.
size are you?
I mean, large, extra large.
I'll bring one.
That's sick.
I got you.
Yeah, support all the ProSpec guys. Go buy some shirts, whatever you can do. Those are the guys that I'm not saying the pros don't need it. There's definitely some pros that need the support. But these are the guys you're going to be seeing compete longer and move into pro. So I'm trying to get
Help
you guys
us stay out here.
Yeah, help. It's not cheap. It's not cheap.
Yep.
Yeah, it's not cheap. That's the best way I can put it. I'd love to do like some breakdowns of what everybody's season cost.
It's ridiculous.
I know a couple. I know.
Yeah.
I think there's been a few
I
guys
had a lot
that
of
talked about it.
off-season costs because we blew our motor in Salt Lake, and
Oh,
our trailer
Jesus.
was falling apart, so we bought a new trailer and the new motor right
all the
going
little
into the season.
Stats up.
And that's pretty much the main reason why I couldn't run Pro 1 this year is because we spent so much in the off-season getting
I was
our
wondering.
stuff in order. And if we hadn't, I'm not going to show up to Pro 1 with my toy hauler that literally has holes in the floor and
I remember your old one.
yeah,
I remember your old.
it's falling apart.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, the old one was pretty great because
Yeah.
you didn't even know there was a car inside.
exactly.
It was awesome.
Yep.
Cool, guys. Well, thanks again for watching and or listening. If you like this, please give it a share. Make sure to give Andy a follow
Oh,
as
we
well.
got a podcast too.
Yeah.
I forgot.
What is it?
What the Drift podcast.
It's
Yeah.
fantastic.
I didn't even mention that. Jeff said he mentioned it.
Yeah, he
So
did. He
I
plugged it hard.
I was happy. I
Yeah.
forgot to plug it.
Yeah,
Man,
I
I'm
think we got it
terrible.
in now.
I'm
We're good
terrible.
now. No,
All
you're
right,
good.
cool.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Thanks again, guys. And we'll catch you on the next episode.
Yeah, dude. Thanks, man.
Yeah, dude,
Appreciate
happy
you.
to have you on.
Yeah,
Thank
man.
you.